Hello and welcome everyone. I'm just going to wait for some of you to get here, and we are on a Lughnasadha or Lammas feast day. My Druid Grove is celebrating now at the Long Man of Wilmington, and I thought I'd come on and say hello. Can you type hello to see if my chat is working, because I don't know how to do this? Hello Peyton, nice of you to join. Hello Guy from Calgary, hi. Hello Bunny. Hi Yvonne, hello everyone, welcome. I thought I'd jump on here today as it is Lughnasadha and do some divination, a little bit of a meditation, and pull some Ogham. We have Anglo Saxon runes, and I have a couple of cards. I don't often do the live ones, Mackenzie, because I'm scared to death of them. So I'm trying to get my mojo back. So I did one on the summer solstice, and now I'm thinking of doing one on the feast days. So I hope that you are all well, and Lughnasadha is the first of the harvest festivals here in the Northern Hemisphere. Yeah, you all came just in time. I've literally just turned it on. Ni hao, hello. Hi, Ogozema. Not sure if I think you're Japanese. Welcome everybody. Yeah, I'm trying to get my mojo back because I literally have stage fright. But it is the first of the 3 harvest festivals. Starting off, the farmers are now cutting the maize, and well, not the maize, but the corn and the barley. Then the second harvest festival in 6 weeks would be the fruits and the berries at Samhain, at Halloween, and then, at the autumn equinox. Oh, let me just turn that Sky News off. And then the third of the harvest festivals would culminate at Samhain, at Halloween, with the bringing in of the nuts. So unfortunately, guys, we are in autumn from today. My next phrase was to speak to the people in the Southern Hemisphere. Blessings of Imbolc to you. The fire and the water festivals. Everything is upside down. That must be quite difficult to get your head around. But I send blessings of the beginning of your year to you. And as we start to wane, your year starts to grow. It's begun in Alberta as well. Okay, so we're all on the same page. Well, I've got a couple of tools here. Like I said, I have the runes and I have the Ogham. So let's begin. Let's begin now by grounding. Here's my beautiful bonsai tree, and I'd just like you to imagine growing roots out of your feet and into the ground below you. Downwards and downwards and downwards they grow, pushing through the soil and getting a foothold somewhere within the inner earth. Take a breath in, and with a single intention, just imagine the energy of the earth being brought up into your body as we continue on this meditation and this healing. It is a land festival, it is a fire festival, but of course all the elements have to work together, don't they, to grow everything. Everything is in flux, everything is in change, and everything interconnects. So as I light this candle, I'd like you just to imagine the flame at the center of your being. If I hold it in front of my black top, you may see it some more. And just imagine that flame glowing and growing and pushing out everything that has been put upon you over the last week or so. Pushing it out to the front, to the back, to each side of you, and above you and below you. Glow and grow that flame until it creates a ball of energy, of fire energy from this fire festival, completely surrounding you, encompassing the whole of your auric field. And then I'd like you just to blow into the stone, blow out any aches and pains and physical ailments. And then take another breath in and breathe out any anxiety and worry. Take a third breath in and breathe out any emotional turmoil. And finally, a deep breath in and breathe out any anger and frustration into the lucky stone. And I will cleanse that in a little bit. And now I'm just going to take these standing stones, just shake off some of the energy. As I'd like you to now imagine that you are at a standing circle somewhere within the British Isles or Ireland, or of course near to where you live, because there are standing stone circles all around the globe in one form or another. And we join today with many of the ancestors from the tribes and modern people who wish to follow the seasons. And there is a bounty of offerings. We have the loaf that has been baked from the threshed corn that is harvested. We have the mead from the bees. This one has come from Wales. I will post the details in the show notes. We pour it in, just a little bit, otherwise I'll be crawling across the floor later. And these are our gifts to Lu of the long arm, whose festival it is at this time of year. He is an Irish god, and you may see him somewhere within this circle, a warrior with bright yellow hair, probably walking around shaking people's hands, because this was the time when mock marriages happened with no formal ceremony, so people could see if they liked each other, and if not, then after a year and a day they would depart from each other. It was the time of contracts and bindings, when everybody was making deals, and the tribes came together for the funerary games of the mother, and I think her name was Tail something. What was her name? Let me have a look at my notes. It was a goddess who cleared Ireland of the great forest so that farming could take place there. And I cannot find her name, but in Telltown in County Meath, they still hold funerary games today. And originally it was from now for the whole of August. Okay, so let's just join together in circle. Just imagine holding hands with everybody here standing in a circle as the chief druids call in the quarters. They call peace to the north and peace to the south, peace to the east and peace to the west. And then somebody would walk around the inner circle. One of them would be holding a little pot of water. And you would dip your fingers in and just cleanse yourself with the water. Someone else would follow with the smoking herbs, and you would just wash and cleanse yourself with the smoke from the herbs. And then whoever is leading the ceremony would tell you a little bit about this festival. And then you would say the Druid's prayer. Let me find it in here. Grant, O Spirit, thy protection, and in protection strength, and in strength understanding, and in understanding knowledge, and in knowledge the knowledge of justice, and in the knowledge of justice the love of it, and in that love the love of all existences, and in the love of all existences the love of spirit and all goodness. And there we have the acorn and the Arwen symbol, the 3 drops of inspiration from Ceridwen's cauldron that landed on little Gwyned's thumb all that time ago at Samhain. And the rays of the sun, this center ray representing the sun at noon on the solstices and on the equinoxes. So just take your mind back to this circle. The bread is cut, the mead is offered round. And as some of the Druids start the Eisteddfod when they say their poems or sing their songs or show their artwork off, a hare runs right across and darts into a barley field. And you feel the need to follow. Follow the hare. And as you get a little closer, you notice that there is a crop circle in the form of a maze. You enter behind the hare into the field of barley or of wheat, spiraling around, following the little pathways of the pattern, aiming towards the middle, but of course some of the paths are little dead ends and you have to double back, as is the way with life. Another turn, and you're a little bit closer to the center. The hare has disappeared right into the middle, and you wander and wind along the mats of crisscrossed and carefully bent corn from the crop circle, from the hands that we never see. And eventually you arrive at the middle, and once in the middle you see a different crop. And I'm going to hold up some of these cards. Maybe it's flax. And flax is ease and connection and for clothing. Maybe it is clover for wisdom, health and good fortune. Maybe your crop in the middle is a Celtic bean for fertility and reincarnation, as well as nourishment. Maybe there is a bright red bed of poppies in the middle for redemption, for motherhood and remembrance. Maybe it is the lady's mantle, which stands for the feminine, for detail and for the miracles it brings. Maybe in the middle of this circle is burdock, for purification and to help with attachments. Maybe the banes are waiting for you. Wolfsbane, henbane and hemlock, for power, for the unexpected aid and for the relief that it can bring you. Maybe your crop is agrimony, for purification, liberation and preparation for new beginnings. Maybe you have a few of these. The woad, for freedom and bardistry and warriorhood. The cuckoo's pint, union, creativity and harmony. The comfrey, for structure, ancestral foundations and a fusion of the old and the new, helping you meld between them. Or the mint, for clarity, concentration and renewal. Maybe there is a bed of nettles there to help with any irritations, to give hidden gifts and transmute any negativity into positivity. Maybe the bramble awaits you in the middle. Tenacity, boundaries and rootedness. I'm going to add abundance and healing health and joy. Maybe it is the chamomile to help you rest and to guard you and regenerate you. Or maybe it is the yarrow to help with your fidelity and virility. Whatever you see in the middle of this circle, if you recognize the plant but I have not called it out, after this you can type in magical properties or healing properties with the name of the plant you see. If you do not know what it is, just absorb the color therapy that it gives you. Breathe it into your body and your aura, knowing that what is given you by Spirit is a blessing. So now the hair shows itself again, watching you intently. You may hear the little squeak of the leverets, the babies, as they grow hidden amongst the grain. Mother Hare now shows them to you. She obviously trusts you. And then she nudges her babies and they follow her as she hops carefully out of the crop circle. You quickly gather some of the plants in the middle And you and her little babies wind your way out of the wheat or the barley, rotating out of the crop circle. She moves her young now because she knows the combine harvesters will be coming soon. And she has to move her babies to a safe place so that they continue to grow with the seasons. You all follow her at a steady pace, grounding in this small little healing and meditation as you wind out. And soon you are back at the edge of the crop circle. Mama Hare bounds off and disappears, and her leverets follow her to the edges, the borders of fields, that bardic space, that liminal space between worlds where the hedge witches work. And then you make your way back to the merriment as the funerary games have started, winding your way amongst the stalls and the fair. Maybe there are bards telling stories and jokes, acrobats and musicians, and the locals all enjoying themselves for a day or two before the really hard work of gathering the corn and the barley and the rye and whatever else starts. So what is it that you need to gather? You need to start preparing now. As Druids, we think of the season we are in, Lughnasadha, Lammas. But we're also projecting ahead towards the winter. The days are starting to get shorter again. And as we start on the downflow of the summer, we start thinking about perhaps the new semester, what you will need to get through the winter. If you are in the southern hemisphere, you are thinking about what to plant for your summer. And the cycles of John Barleycorn, who is cut down as his beard has grown old. And the corn dollies are woven together and made. And you can always take a strip of paper and write your wish onto it and attach it and keep it until the next Imbolc, so February the 1st, and then burn it in the fire then. So as you wish for things to come to you, also make a wish on the other side of that piece of paper. Just see yourself writing those now. Making a wish for you, for what you need, but making a pledge for how you can help others. And then when you have written your message and tied it onto the corn dolly, which is put at the altar at the center of the circle, the chief Druid or Lu says, "Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again." And off you all melt into your favourite parts of the country fair. So now just ground yourself again by imagining and feeling those roots emerge out of your feet and into the ground below you. And start to come back into your body and back into today's timeline. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And I'm going to wish you blessings of Lughnasadha. Okay, so who would like a rune or an Ogham? Or even both if I feel so inclined. Start putting your names up. Let me see if I can see them. Okay, chickens don't surf. Trying to see all of these messages. Okay, there they are. They had disappeared. Okay, chickens don't surf. I'm going to pull you a card first. Okay. So I'm going to get you to blow on them. And what does chickens need to know right now? Ah, we have pulled the god of this festival for you, Lu of the long arm. So, contracts possibly coming, time to plan, but also time to really have a look at what you need and what you don't need in your life right now. There is a pathway for you to walk down. You can do this path working in your mind. You can light your own torch to see the way. Make sure you have your shields around you and make sure. Okay. So it is confirming to you then that you are on the right path. Okay. So I'm going to leave that with you. I'm not sure if you can read these or if it's backwards. Skill, capability, and shine. Okay, so well done. Onwards and upwards for you. Okay. Light impact. Okay. I'm feeling a tree for you. Light impact. Okay. Blow on the twigs. Light impact. And this one has caught. Okay, we have the birch tree for you, my friend. So this is beginnings and endings. The birch is a tree of cleansing. It is the tree that comes in at the beginning, the edges or the ends of the forest, okay? So this is also for pain relief because I believe they put birch into aspirins. Incidentally, you could also get a piece of birch paper bark. You know how it peels off? If you find some at the bottom of trees, pick it up and write a little spell or a wish onto it, and you can burn that as well. I think the white birch is more, peels in bigger strips, and you can also get white birch oil, which is for cleansing. Okay, so new beginnings for you coming in, otherwise an ending. In fact, where there is beginnings, there's always an ending of something. So don't grieve too much if something is coming to a close in your life, because new gateways and new doorways would open up to you. So I'm going to leave that energy of birth with you. There you go, light impact. Okay. If you see me blowing things and knocking things, it's because I knock the energy out. Okay, Becky D Holistics. Blow on the runes, and these are going to be Anglo Saxon runes for Becky. What does Becky need to know right now? Okay, ask This is the symbol of the god Woden or Odin. So speaking to your gods, keeping the communication open with them, okay? They do hear you. Don't worry. If you call them by name, they will come to you. If you are not sure which god it is to petition, just ask for the greater good and harm to none. Okay, you can ask your guides, angels, or whatever to take those messages up to your gods. Or, of course, you can speak to them directly. Okay, so I'm going to leave that Woden symbol with you. Okay, let's have a look. Druid Godmother. I have loving that name. I'm going to pick you out one of the Druid Wisdom Oracle cards out of Australia. Okay, so let's just knock the energy of that last person off. Give them a quick shuffle. And then, Druid Godmother, I would like you to blow on these cards. Okay. Pick one out for Druid Godmother. Okay, the animals, nature, release, and the wilderness. We have the Great Mother Bear. And we have the stag. Of course, the stags are just coming into the rutting season now, their time of fertility. Bears will be eating and eating and eating and putting on that weight, won't they? Ready for when they go back into hibernation. Okay. Okay, Druid Godmother, you seem to be in a bit of a rush. I'm getting a real feeling of busyness at my solar plexus. Can you take time out like the mother and just hibernate? I know it's not the right time of year, but maybe have a little bit of rest, doing something for you. I feel that you're always doing something for everyone else. Do something for Mother Bear. Otherwise, you may not have that energy of the stag when you need it. So taking time out for this Mother Bear here so that she has time to rut when the time is right. Okay, I'm going to leave that with you, Druid Godmother. Love and light to you all. Okay. Okay, Dragon Master Eltis. I'm going to pull. I'd like you to blow on the Ogham sticks for me. These are Irish trees. Okay, now we have picked for you the hawthorn, the hwaith. So I'm just going to draw that down your centre line. The hawthorn is a fire tree, so it is inspiration. It gets those ideas flowing. It is also the witch's tree. Has creamy flowers in spring and then berries. And it is used for a number of things, but it is mainly an action tree. So putting into action something that you are delaying, okay? Whatever it is you're procrastinating about, get going with it. Don't procrastinate too much, okay? Because the time is ripe and the time is now. Okay, I'm going to leave that with you. Elisa. Blow on the runes. Okay. What does Elisa need? That one. Lagus. Okay, Lagus is about journeying across water predominantly. Maybe you are thinking of going on a holiday. If you can't go on holiday and you want to go on holiday, journey in your mind. It may also be that you are needing to have some deep emotional healing. The water can help you to do this. You can visualize the water in different forms. You can imagine yourself sitting in a stream, taking that hurt out, putting it into the stream, and the stream carrying it all the way down through the river and out to the sea where it gets diluted. Use the water element for your emotional healing, okay? And if a journey across the water is called an imrama, a pilgrimage, maybe that is a good idea for you to start thinking and planning, and it will give you something to look forward to. And it needn't be a great big long pilgrimage across seas. It could be somewhere 2 hours drive away. Okay, a PowerPoint, a church, a stone circle, a museum. I went to the museum the other week. Okay, I'm going to leave that with you. So you're going to the lake today anyway. Way, okay. There you go, Elsa. All right. Grow, make, and create. What are we going to have for you? I'm going to choose a tree for you. Grow, make, and create. Breathe on the Oghams. Thank you for your feedback, by the way. It is very difficult to do this cold readings. I'm scared to death, by the way. Okay, I cannot remember your name, but this is for you. Now, this is Ruish. This is... is it Leash? Is it the... Ruish. It's either Rowan or it is Elder. Either way, if it is Rowan, that it is protection for you. For throat, take good care of your throat. Maybe rowan berries or aspen, okay? Well, they used to make berries into a necklace and put them round to ward off coughs and colds, okay? If it is elder, you will have to have a look, which would be Luish or Rish. I always get them mixed up. It is a master symbol. It is another witch's tree for you. So whatever you are going to turn your hand to, you will be successful. Ugh, I can't speak today. Successful. Honestly, the mead I haven't had that much mead. So turn your hand to things. Do your crafting. Protect yourself with the Ruish and the Luish. Use them both because I cannot remember which one is which, okay? Have a look at Irish Ogham. Write down what I'm saying if you've got a pen next to you and then type in healing or magical properties, okay? I'm going to leave that to you. I'm sorry that I have a mental block with this symbol, but have a look and what you read, what you can take in, what you can't take in, at least some of it will have hit home. Okay, I'm going to leave that to you. I'm going to draw that down you. Ruish, Ruish. And incidentally, the Celtic symbols and sounds are still spoken today in Ireland. Okay. Right, let me just tap the screen to see how and who is going to come up. Okay, JD, is that how we pronounce your names? You'd love a tree or a card reading. I literally have my hands on the cards. Okay, so start thinking about what you need in your life. Thank you. My children would say I don't have a nice voice when I wake them up to go to school. They're grown up now. Okay, blow on the cards. Thank you for the donations, by the way. Very grateful for them. Okay, the ancestors have been called out for you. Land, family and blood. Is there some ancestral healing that is needing within your line? I am looking at that to me as a Greek symbol of an eye all over the Mediterranean. I'm drawn to that. Protect your family, protect your friends, and also if you know that people in your family lineage needed healing, it is all right to send them healing now. If you are not sure whether they would accept it, imagine putting that healing into perhaps a cuddly toy and giving them that, and if they accept it, then they would have accepted the healing as well. Okay, if this healing is needed in, how can I say it, learnt behaviours, then you can break that chain, okay? Cancel, clear, delete, choose another path. I'm gonna say to you, ivy will help you as well. Gort, can I find that? Here we go. First one I picked out, ivy. Okay, help to break the chains, but will also bind and bring things towards you. Okay, so I am going to leave that with you. Thank you for the feedback. I'm going to try and read them all later if I can work out, but Thank you for the feedback. I'm glad it resonates with some of you at least. Okay, so I'm going to leave that ancestral card with you and the ivy with you to work with. Okay. Okay, Mackenzie Turner, you have popped up. Tree Wisdom. Blow on the Ogham. That one is sticking out. Eolim. This is a big giant fir tree, taller than any of the other trees, telling you to be a little bit more grounded. Perhaps you're too grounded in the city. Look for the parks, okay? If you are a long way from a park, notice the trees of the town that you walk under. Thank them for giving you the oxygen. And you can also gain healing from them as you walk underneath them. I'm going to draw this symbol of steadfastness from the Eolim. If it is a fir tree in particular, how high and tall they grow. They look over the canopy so they can see the bigger picture, a bit like eagle medicine, flying high, looking down, looking at the bigger picture, not for a quick fix, okay? So thanking the trees as you walk underneath them for sending you the healing and the cleansing. All of these trees in the towns, if you find bark shed at their feet, that is how the poisons come out of them, and they shed little flecks of bark. Okay, the eucalyptus tree, think of that, and of course the birch that we've noticed earlier. They get rid of the toxins in their skin. Okay, so all of these trees, if you are stuck in a town, don't panic, you can still connect with them. Okay, the messages have disappeared, right. Okay, so I am going to leave that with you. Okay, let me scroll down a little bit. I haven't, choosing a crystal for the week. I haven't got any near me at the moment. Let me think of one off the top of my head. Yellow calcite for cleansing and for energy of the sun. Okay, I will choose that for you. That was given to me off the top of my head. A nook and cranny nest. What a lovely little name you have. Oh, a rune for you, nook and cranny. Oh, we have a jumper and one that I chose. Now, these are Anglo Saxon runes, so you may not recognize them. This is a yew tree bow, a long bow. This is about having your tools in order for the job ahead of you. The Berkana is a tree of magic. I think it is Freya's tree, but also these two things go together to go in place for you to do what you need to do. Okay, so make sure your tools are all in order and then set off on your journey, whether it's a spiritual journey or a physical work journey or even a family journey. And I'm not just meaning a trip somewhere, I am meaning the journey of your life. Maybe there is something you've been wishing to do and you just haven't had the guts. Here you go. That is telling you to do it now, and that is telling you that you have those tools at your disposal. You're a bit like the magician or the high priestess in the tarot pack. The tools are in front of them on the desk and you've just got to pick them up. Okay. Chris Matters, I'm very sorry to hear about your father, and I will choose you an Ogham now. Okay. Okay. All right. This is not an Ogham, but I have included this because this is going to be the next world tree, the one on the rise. This is a sycamore. Now, it is not a native tree to the British Isles. It's not in the Ogham, but the sycamore is going to be the next dominant world tree. So for the person Matters, I can't remember your first name, draw the strength from the sycamore. If you can find a tree, go and sit with your back against that tree, cry to that tree, shout at that tree, do whatever you need. The trees can cope with it. I have a very The chief druid of Anglesey told me he shouts at the trees when he is upset. He says they can take it. So go and find yourself a nice tree. Don't worry if it's not sycamore. This is just included because it's going to be the next dominant tree after the ash. So choose a beautiful tree and go and sit under it and contemplate. Send those messages. Of course they are, Goddess Hathor associated with sycamores. You're right. I had forgotten that. Thank you. The trees, they reach the sky, they go down into the earth, and the middle where the trunk is us, isn't it? So they can carry your messages upwards. Okay, sending you love and light, and take it easy. Okay, take it easy. Wild Potion, you all have such fantastic names. You want a rune, do you? Okay. Blow on the runes. We have we have two. I have pit and a jumper. Okay, you need to be moving forward. Okay, whatever it is you are procrastinating about, move forward. The time is now. The jumper was the tools again. The yew bow, I think this is known as. So you have the tools in your arsenal, but you need to do something with them. Move forward. Move forward. Radion. Now, I may say the name slightly differently because I tried to learn the runes 5 times before they accepted me. And I made the mistake of learning the Anglo Saxon and the Norse at the same time. So I intersposed the names. Okay, so I'm going to leave that with you. You have the tools, you need to put them to use and move forward. The time is now. Okay, Wild Potion. I'm sorry that a lot of the names go out of my head as soon as I see them. So I'm just tapping the screen again. Omatsu, I am guessing you are from Japan, probably. Let's pick you out a tree. Omatsu. Okay, and we have the willow tree has been picked for Omatsu. I'm just going to draw that down here now. If you are grieving about something, don't let it overtake you. It could be for someone or it could be a way of life. Find a little bit of joy. These willow trees, they rustle. They are happy, they are sad. They also help us work with our dreams. So take notice of your dreams. Write anything down that you remember. I'm not someone who sits there and writes my dreams. I just can't be bothered with that. But if there is something significant that you dream about, take notice of it. The willow tree works in mysterious ways. It is also a tree of the divine feminine. So step into your power, Amatsu, okay? Step into your power. I'm guessing you're female, but if that is a male name, you can also step into your feminine power as well. And that is not to belittle. It is just that we need a bit of both within us, don't we? We are all made up of some of one or some of the other. But this is a tree that can help you grieve and can grieve for you. Okay, breathe in and draw that energy of willow down into you, Amatsu. Okay, right, tapping the screen again. I don't know why they keep do I have to keep tapping the screen? Okay. Misty Storm Time, another great name. We've got all the witchy woos here today, have we? Okay, your name has gone out of my head already. I'm just going to scroll down. Misty Story Time. Okay, Misty Story Time. Blow onto the Druid cards. Breathe in. Okay, what does Misty Story Time need to know right now? Okay, 2 for you. The Lughnasadha card right now. Okay, harvesting, joining with family. enjoying the company. We also have Bridget, whose feast day is opposite this at February in the Northern Hemisphere, or right now in the Southern Hemisphere. Bridget is the healer. Maybe you can go and find some of these stalks and make yourself a Bridget's cross. Lughnasadha, autumn harvests and contracts. If you have any contracts to sign, do get people to read over before you sign it. You know, just a word of warning, because I was an idiot that signed something I shouldn't have done once. Hearth, fire, health and help. So you are well protected by this Bridget's cross, and you can make yourself one. There are tutorials all over the place. It is a Bridget's cross, bride's cross, protection cross. So that might be a fun thing to do if you can go and just take some barley or some wheat out of the corner of a farmer's field and have a go. Even if it looks rubbish, at least you've had a go. And that protection and magic, as you're doing that, weave the good wishes of protection into it. As you're doing these things, put the energy in with your solar plexus. Okay, I'm going to leave that with you. Oh, you made one with string, pony boy. Okay, how did that go? I've never made one. I have, be honest, I'm honest, I just buy them. Or friends give them to me. Jules, you'd like a card reading. Okay, Jules. Let's knock the energy out. A little shuffle. Oh, it worked. Well done, Lee. Okay, Jules, blow on the cards. I felt that right down my arm there. Okay, what does Jules need to know right now? Bridget again. Wow, she is at the forefront. Okay, it says forging fire, projects and alchemy. Okay, so she was, hello Caitlin, she was the patron saint in Christian times of blacksmiths. Of course, the Christians hijacked her because they couldn't stop people worshipping her. What is it you are forging through? What is it you are making? Okay, pay special attention to it. You may need a couple of different tools. You may need someone else to help you with it. I'm drawn to the heavier. A bit of brute force and ignorance may be what is needed for your project, okay? And of course, asking Bridget to support you in the endeavors. Maybe it is that you need to make yourself some protection and check your protection as well, okay? As we all learn, we all spiral a little bit higher. As we're reading and playing around with energy, we go up levels, so you need extra grounding and extra protection, okay? So I am going to leave that with you. Druidic Witch, a rune for you. Okay. Oh. It's not Dagas, but it's similar, okay? What is it that needs to be illuminated? What do you need to shine light on? Okay, because something is calling out for your attention and you're not noticing it, okay? So you need to be paying attention. There is something you're not seeing, okay? Maybe get someone else to have a look or someone else to help with your path working. It's manners, that's right, manners, thank you. I knew it had a Z in it. So it is moving forward as well. Moving forward, noticing the bigger picture and looking for details. Okay? There is a partnership with a horse, isn't there? They make great partners for us. So maybe it is a partnership. And having that help and moving forward. Okay. Torvi. Blow on the runes. These are Anglo Saxon runes, not Norse, but they have the similar. Tia was for you. Justice. I probably don't need to explain it to you, but justice is on your side. You have sacrificed a lot, haven't you? So your time is coming, okay? To me, I know this is a Norse symbol and came over with the Germanic tribes, but on a side note, to me, this indicates Boudica or Boadicea. And she took on the Roman army, nearly decimated them all as well. I see this for standing in your power, okay? And I also see it as a really fortuitous symbol, probably in many other cultures as well, an upward spear or an upward arrow. Okay, I'm going to leave that with you. Right, I'm just going to scroll up a little bit. Okay, Torvi, I've left that with you. Arden, no. Blow on the runes. These names, that is a protection symbol. Ilwas. It's on all of the Viking, on the Vikings, it's on their shields, isn't it? Protection, strength, and courage coming your way. Okay, stand in it. Don't let them beat you down. Don't let them beat you down. Stand proud. Maybe standing like that and balancing in that way with Airwas. Thank you, Torvi. My pronunciation is terrible, isn't it? Airwas for you. So standing in your power, moving forward, and protection. But I feel like you need to balance a little bit. I'm sort of feeling a little bit wobbly in two sides of my body. They're both sort of moving and undulating in different ways. So I would say stand like Airwas. Okay. I'm going to leave that with you. I haven't got any crystals here. They're all over there. So I was just going to use the Ogham and the runes and the cards. Okay. Right. I think what I'm going to do now is I am going to quickly have a drink, and then I'm going to pick one each for the collective. I can't possibly get round everyone. I wish I could. If you do want scheduled readings and healings with me, my email address is always in the show notes, and I do private readings, healings, and spell craftings, as well as teaching the Celtic Reiki. So I want you all to blow on the cards. Wow, that is a big draft you're all creating. The winds from the four corners of the earth. Okay. What does everyone need now? Okay. The energy of Beltane. Summer, celebrate, and vitality. Well, we have passed Beltane. However, you can still walk the labyrinths. Okay? And that is probably a very good thing to do. I traditionally do them at each fire ceremony. In fact, each feast day I do it. You can get finger ones. I have done a video somewhere where I finger trace around. So creating just a simple labyrinth. Maybe putting stones down in your garden. Just a spiral. There are so many fantastic shapes, but the spiral is nice and easy with 7 turns for the 7 chakras. Walk to the middle, casting out things that you don't want, behavior patterns, whatever. Get to the middle, recalibrate, take a breath in, and then walk back out, bringing things and wishing what you want to be brought towards you. Okay, so the energy of Beltane, we are still in summer, we should still celebrate, and we can still gain that vitality in these summer months. And if you're in the southern hemisphere, it's coming to you, okay? If you're near Glastonbury, incidentally, and I only noticed that in the back, the whole of Glastonbury Tor is a labyrinth and you can walk it. I think it looks like one of those tree Tintagel labyrinths, but the whole of the Tor is a labyrinth. So you could even go and have a look at the picture of a Tor, the air picture looking down, and you can imagine walking around Glastonbury Tor. Okay, now let's pick a rune for the collective. Everybody blow. That one. Or Thala. Or Ing. This is your tribe. Gravitate towards your tribe, people. Okay? Think about who is in your family, who is needing a little bit of help at the moment. Can you reach out to them? Okay? It is important. Our friends and our families are important. And if your family is awful to you, remember what they said in the 90s. Friends are the new family. Okay? Pick your friends. Choose your friends. Okay? But it is important for you to find your tribe somewhere. And everyone who has subscribed and watches the videos is part of this tribe. Okay? So you are loved. We send you good wishes. And I am just so grateful that there seems to be nothing but niceness in the comments. That is what we are all striving for. Good morning, Mackenzie. Okay, now the last one of the Ogham for the collective. Absolutely, Sphinx. Everybody blow. And we're going to pick out a tree. Oh, I've got two. Here we are, that Ruish again. Now, I cannot remember if it is elder or aspen. Okay, so I'm going to draw that down you. It is either going to be protection or it's going to be cleansing or very high magic. I think it's elder. I think it is elder, but it could be aspen or mountain ash. So sending that protection into you. I'm going to go and have a look at the end and see what it is. I have a mental block and we have picked the willow. So paying attention to your dreams, paying attention to your sorrows and your joys, okay? Drawing that in and putting them in. Oh yes, 111 people watching. Oh, I jumped up to 13 now. I'm very sorry for those people who have just arrived, but we are all just about to go. We've had a wonderful time. I've enjoyed it immensely. I hope some of these readings I have hit home. I am still scared to death of doing them. That's why I don't do many, but I am trying to get in the swing of doing more. Okay, let's thank our guides, angels, helpers, fairies, whoever have come in, and Lu, the energy of Lughnasadha. This is as alive. This is as alive. I haven't done a video. There are 2 previous Lughnasadha videos from the last 2 years that I put on the community page for you to go and have a look at. Okay, let's thank the guides and the directions for their protection. And let's ground again by growing those roots down into the field, the cornfields that we were in at the stone circle. Breathe in and release. Have a wonderful Lughnasadha or Lammas or First Harvest Festival. And I will see you all next time. I'm hoping to come on full moon, okay, from the beach. If it's not throwing it down with rain, I'll be on the beach. Love and light to you all, and thank you for joining me today. Bye-bye now.